हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, पीछे से बैकग्राउंड आवाज बहुत हो रहा है प्रभु जी।
गोविंदा, ठीक है, अभी ठीक है। जय राधा माधोबा कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जयो राधा माधोबा कुंज बिहारी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नश्यप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी, संवत्सरस् चन्द्रवेगः कालो येनोपलक्षितः, तस्याहनीह गन्धर्वा गन्धर्व्यो रात्रयः स्मृतः, हरन्ति यां परिक्रान्त्या षष्टि उत्तरशतत्रयम्, संवत्सरः year, चण्डवेगः called चण्डवेगा, कालः time, येना by which, उपलक्षितः symbolized, tasya of the duration of life, ahani days, iha in this life, gandharvaha gandharvas, gandharvyaha gandharvis, ratrayaha nights, smritaha are understood, haranti they take away, ayuhu duration of life, parikrantya by traveling, shashti 60, uttara above, shata 100, trayam 3. What was previously explained as Chandavega powerful time is covered by days and nights named Gandharvas and Gandharvis. The body lifespan is gradually reduced with passage of days and night, which number 360. Yes, Mother.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by Srivangli, Sexy Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The word Paritikampiya means by traveling. The living entity travels on his chariot day and night during a year consisting of 360 or more days and nights. Life's progress is taken for the unnecessary labor required to cover these 360 days and nights of life.
Kalakanya Jara Saksha Lokastam नाभिनन्दति
लोकस्तां नाभिनन्दति
स्वसारं जगृहे मृत्युः
स्वसारं जगृहे मृत्युः
क्षयाय यवनेश्वरः.
यवनेश्वरः.
What it describes as Kala Kanya should be understood as old age. No one wants to accept old age, but Yavaneshwara, whose death accepts Jara old age as a sister.
Purport. Encaged within the body, the living being accepts Kala Kanya, old age, just before death. Yavaneshwara is the emblem of death, Yamaraja. Before going to the place of Yamaraja, the living entity accepts Jara, old age, the sister of Yamaraja. One is subjected to the influence of Yavana Raja and his sister due to impious activity. Those who are in Krishna consciousness and are engaged in devotional service under the instructions of Narada Muni are not subjected to the influence of Yamaraja and his sister Jara. If one is Krishna conscious, he conquers death. After leaving the material body, he does not accept another body that is material but returns back home, back to Godhead. This is verified by Bhagavad Gita 4.9.
Anayo Vyadayastas. Okay, sorry, we'll directly go to the translation. The followers of Yavaneshwara, Yamaraj are called the soldiers of death, and they are known as various types of disturbances that pertain to the body and mind. Rajvara represents the two types of fever, extreme heat and extreme cold, typhoid and pneumonia. The living entity lying down within the body is disturbed by many tribulations pertaining to the providence, to other living entities, and to his own body and mind. Despite all kind of tribulation, living entity is subjected to necessities of the body, mind, senses, suffering from various types of diseases. He is carried away by many plans due to his lust to enjoy the world. Although transcendent to this material existence, the living entity out of ignorance accept all these material miseries under the pretext of false egoism, I and mine. In this way, he lives for 100 years within this body.
Purport. In the Vedas, it is stated, Asango hi ayam purushaha. The living entity is actually separate from material existence, for the soul is not material. In Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that the living entity is the superior energy and the material elements, earth, water, fire, air, and so on, are the inferior energy. The material elements are also described as bhinna or separated energy. When the internal or superior energy comes in contact with the external energy, it is subjected to so many tribulations. In Bhagavad Gita 2.14, the Lord also says, Matra spashastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkadaha. Because of the material body, the living entity is subjected to many tribulations brought about by air, water, fire, extreme heat, extreme cold, sunshine, excessive eating, unhealthy food, small adjustments of the three elements of the body, kapha, pitta, and vayu, and so on. The intestines, the throat, the brain, and the other parts of the body are affected by all kinds of diseases that are so powerful that they become sources of extreme suffering for the living entity. The living entity, however, is different from all these material elements. The two types of fever described in this verse can be explained in contemporary language as pneumonia and typhoid. When there is an extreme fever in the body, there is typhoid and pneumonia, and they are described as prajvara. There are also other miseries created by other living entities, the state exact taxes, and there are many thieves, rogues, and cheaters. Miseries brought about by other living entities are called Adi Bhautika. There are also miseries in the form of famine, pestilence, scarcity, war, earthquakes, and so on. These are caused by the demigods or other sources beyond our control. Actually, there are many enemies of the living entities, and these are all described to point out how miserable this material existence is. Hare Krishna.
One more
Knowing the
paragraph.
basic yes, Prabhuji. Knowing the basic misery of material existence, one should be induced to get out of the material clutches and return home back to Godhead. Actually, the living entity is not at all happy in this material body. Because of the body, he suffers thirst and hunger and is influenced by the mind, by words, by anger, by the belly, by the genitals, by the rectum, and so on. Manifold miseries encircle the transcendental living entity simply because he desires to satisfy his senses in this material world. If he simply withdraws from activities of sense gratification and applies his senses in the service of the Lord, all the problems of material existence will immediately diminish. With the advancement of Krishna consciousness, he will be free from all tribulations, and after giving up the body, he will go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaudavani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Adayo Vyadhayastasya Sainika Yavanascharaha Bhuto Pasarga Shurayaha Rajvaro Dvividha Jvaraha Evam Bahuvidhair Dukkhe Deva Bhutatma Sambhavai Prishyamana Shatam Varsham Deha Dehi Tamo Vrataha Pranindriya Manodharma Atmani Adhasya Nirgunaha Shede Kama Lavandhyayan Mamaham Iti Karma Krit. The followers of Yavanesh or Yamaraj are called the soldiers of death, and they are known as various types of instruments that pertain to the body and mind. Prajvara represent two kinds of fear, extreme heat and extreme cold, typhoid and pneumonia, the living entity lying down within the body, disturbed by many tribulations pertaining to the providence, to the living entity and his own body and mind. Despite all the tribulation, the living entity is subjected to the necessity of the body, mind and senses and suffering from various types of diseases, carried away by many plans, duties, lust to enjoy this world. Although transcendental to this material existence, the living entity out of ignorance accepts all the material miseries under the pretext of false figures of I and mine. In this way, it lives for 100 years within its body. Shri Radha Govinda ki. So, this purport proper and so simply, so nicely. Prabhupada used to say, somebody reads one page of my book, he can fully become Krishna conscious. And we can see something like that happening here. Just one para, if he wishes. We are suffering here because we are maintaining the desire for sense enjoyment. If you wish, you can go back to God. If you wish. But is that we have to take that decision. Now it will help us. If we chant Hare Krishna mantra, we do good sadhana, we read the Shastra, it will definitely help us. But you have to take decision. Mam ekam sharanam raja. When Krishna is saying, that is a decision you have to take. It's very voluntary. We have to take decision. Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam. Krishna is saying, manamana. This is our decision. It will help you. If you stay in association of good devotees, if you are engaged in service, if you are having good sadhana, you have very good relation with the Vaishnavas, all that atmosphere, it will become easy for you to take the decision. But still you can take reverse decision. Correct? Still we can take reverse. It's left to us. We have that opportunity, it is left to us. You have to take a decision proper, just you have to take a decision. That's all. Just by deciding that I will go back to Krishna, you can go back to Krishna. It's all in your hand. You cannot say, Krishna, you have to do something. You have to do something. What do you have to do? You have to take a decision. Simple this thing. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say? Yathechasi tatha kuru. Do what you want to do. Now he had association of Krishna. He heard from the Supreme Lord. He had such a nice upbringing in his family. His mother was great devotee of Krishna. His brothers are also great devotees. He had many beautiful opportunities in his life. Correct? Now Krishna himself is instructing the Bhagavad Gita. Everything is there. But now he has to take decision what he likes to do. It is not, he cannot blame Krishna for it. No, 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 it is in my destiny, niyati, all that rubbish. I don't know how many of you watched that garbage TV serial called Mahabharata. You know? What you will learn from that? Nonsense. You know? You have to make a decision. I want to serve Krishna or I do not want to serve Krishna. You have to make that decision. It will help. Arjuna, you see the situation he is born into. Can anybody embellish Arjuna's life? What all things happened in his life which will help him now today to make the decision to surrender to Krishna? Okay. Can anybody say? Mother was great devotee, Kunti. Yes? Any other things? Tell.
Lakshagraha.
Huh? Laksha. No. Why, how does Lakshagraha help him? Okay, he has seen difficulties of life. Now I am talking about positive inspirations in his life.
Yudhishthira was the Dharamraj.
Okay, his brother was Dharmaraj. Okay, very good then.
Prabhuji, he was the
Prabhuji
friend
was
of
born
Krishna.
with the divine qualities.
What is
Arjuna was
that?
born.
Krishna says in Bhagavad, he is the son of Indra, so that helps him. Yes, great. You know,
Krishna was his friend.
And he was trained by the best Prabhuji.
he was trained by
The best
Krishna.
Krishna.
Huh?
Acharya.
Okay. Then,
He was a great
He was
friend.
the envious of
Association of
Krishna. He
Krishna.
did not have the envious
He
quality.
had Krishna as his friend, most into
Krishna. Okay, very good. Then,
Krishna was his
He
friend.
did
He
not
was
have the
always with
envious
Krishna and he was a
quality.
friend of Krishna.
okay,
They got
Krishna.
association of Bhishma Dev also.
He got association of Bhishma. Great. Then,
Prabhuji
what
did
about
not
one
have
more?
the envious
Military
quality.
power from Dronacharya.
Yes. Okay. He had a pure Brahmana. Dronacharya, we don't know, they put in the category of Nitya Siddhya, but he is a pure Brahmana. He had a good training and he was blessed by him. All the embellishments come together and we forgot Vidura, another pure devotee. See, Bhishma and Vidura are two pure devotees in his family. He had association of Vidura. True? And he was in Gurukul in the childhood. That also helps him. So all the embellishments are there. Everything is there. But end of the day, Lord is standing. Lord even explained Bhagavad Gita to him. But then he has to take a decision. And what does Arjuna say? Anybody know the shloka? When Krishna says Yatechisa Tatha Kuru, what was the answer by Arjuna?
त्वत्प्रसादात्मयाच्युता स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव.
Yes. Sureka Mataji, you also want to repeat? Anybody else want to repeat?
नष्टो मोहस्मृतिर्लब्ध्वा त्वत्प्रसादात्मयाच्युत गतसन्देह स्थितो गतसन्देह करिष्ये वचनं तव.
Write down, write. Every day, here and there, when one word and all you don't remember, write down. Okay? Karishye vachanam tava. In fact, Srila Prabhupada says that's the most important line in the whole Bhagavad Gita. Karishye vachanam tava. Krishna, I'll do. Whatever you're saying, I'll do. That's the most important line in the whole Gita. Karishye vachanam tava. You know, put this in your heart. Karishye vachanam tava. Krishna, I'll follow you. That's great. Okay? Nashta moham smritim labdva. Okay? So this is very, very important. We'll learn this. Yes, I'll obey you. And we can develop this. Imagine how beautiful the life will be. But no, unnecessarily, unwanted, we are still maintaining some desire for sense. Therefore, one of the offense to the, what is the 10th offense? In chanting the holy name, anybody
not
knows?
to have complete faith and still maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on the
Even,
It is also an offense to be inoffensive while chanting.
Okay,
True
so
devotee.
to maintain the material attachment even after understanding so many instructions, that is what we are doing or not? Unnecessary, not needed. Will not lead. Stubborn. Therefore, Prabhupada sometime, he is trying to take out the stubbornness. Therefore, Prabhupada will, use the word rascals, all fools, all dull-headed. He will use the strong words because people are not giving up that stupid tendency. Imagine how simple it is, spiritual life. So simple it is. Spiritual life is very simple for a simple person. and very complicated for a complicated person. Because we complicate our life unnecessarily by keeping so many. Imagine, we were enjoying. Now, see, I will stop Prasadam from tomorrow because all of you make noise. See, we can't take class. And second thing, they are eating, your children are throwing like that. We should teach them to clean the place after they eat. It's very bad. Yesterday was, we could all see, probably children are, they teach them to clean. Okay, so Nashta Moham Sprintim Lavdva, okay? Nashta, okay. So I wanted to show something today, something very, very wonderful. That was in the Bhagavatam. Okay, I am looking for some shloka which shows that spiritual life, I think it 1.7, 0.3 maybe. Let us see. Okay, and then this is the way. Look at this shloka. These three shlokas which I keep quoting again and again. These are beautiful shlokas which talk about the condition of Vedavyasa. Okay? It says, Bhakti yoge na manasi samyak pranihite amale apashat purusham purnam maya. Anybody can sing this?
योगेन मनसि सम्यक् प्रणिहिते अमले अपश्यत् पुरुषं पूर्णं मायां च तदपाश्रयम्.
No, this is after the instruction of Narad Muni. Vedavyasa was, feeling very vacuum. He was feeling suffocated, like we all are. So then what happens? He gets instruction of Narad Muni to now focus on Krishna and then write Bhagavatam. So what he said? Bhakti yogena manasi. He fixed his mind on Krishna. Samyak pranihite amale. In this way the heart became purified. Apashat purusham purnam. He saw the Supreme Lord and Maya dadapashayam. He saw Maya completely under his control. Okay? This is what Vedavyasa achieved after his self-realization. And the next thing, this is the shloka, which is exactly resonating with the shloka of today. Yaya sammohito jiva
यया सम्मोहितो जीव
atmanam trigunatmakam paro api manute anartham tatkritam cha vipadyate. Due to the external energy, the living entity, although transcended to three modes of metal nature, thinks of himself as a metal product and thus undergoes the reactions of metal nature. Due to the, although transcendent, correct? It is actually, even though it is transcendent, take a things himself as a metal product, unnecessarily. Okay? And thus it is suffering. Yes, Mataji, you can read the purport. Very nice.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The root cause of suffering by the materialistic living beings is pointed out with remedial measures which are to be undertaken and also the ultimate perfection to be gained. All this is mentioned in this particular words. The living being is by constitution transcendental to material engagement, but he is now imprisoned by the external energy and therefore he thinks himself one of the material products. And due to this unholy contact, the pure spiritual entity suffers material miseries under the modes of material nature. The living entity misunderstands himself to be a material product. This means that the present perverted way of thinking, feeling, and willing under material conditions is not natural for him, but he has his normal way of thinking, feeling, and willing. The living being in his original state is not without thinking, willing, and feeling power. It is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita that the actual knowledge of the conditioned soul is now covered by nescience. Thus, the theory that a living being is absolute impersonal Brahman is refuted herein. This cannot be because the living entity has its own way of thinking in his original unconditional state also. The present conditional state is due to the influence of material energy, which means that the illusionary energy takes the initiative while the Supreme Lord is aloof. The Lord does not desire that a living being illusioned by external energy. The external energy is aware of this fact, but still she accepts a thankless task of keeping the forgotten soul under illusion by her bewildering influence. The Lord does not interfere with the task of conditioned soul. An affectionate father does not like his children to be chastised by another agent, yet he puts his disobedient children under the custody of a severe man just to bring them to order. But the all affectionate Almighty Father at the same time desires relief for the conditional soul, relief from the clutches of the illusionary energy. The king puts the disobedient citizens within the walls of the jail, but sometimes the king, desiring the prisoner's relief, personally goes there and pleads for reformation, and on his doing so, the prisoners are set free. Similarly, the Supreme Lord descends from his kingdom upon the kingdom of the illusory energy and personally gives relief in the form of Bhagavad Gita, wherein he personally suggests that although the waves of illusionary energy are very stiff to overcome, one who surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord is set free by the order of the Supreme. This surrendering process is the remedial measure for getting relief from the bewildering waves of the illusionary energy. The surrendering process is completed by the influence of association. The Lord has suggested, therefore, that by the influence of the speeches of saintly persons who have actually realized the supreme, conditioned souls are engaged in his transcendental loving service. They get a taste for hearing about the Lord, and by such hearing only are they gradually elevated to the platform of respect, devotion, and attachment for the Lord. The whole thing is completed by the surrendering process. Herein also, the same suggestion is made by the Lord in his incarnation of Vyasadeva. This means that the conditioned souls are being reclaimed by the Lord both ways, namely by the process of punishment by the external energy of the Lord and by himself as the spiritual master within and without. Within the heart of every living being, the Lord himself as the super soul Paramatma becomes the spiritual master, and from without, he becomes the spiritual master in the shape of scriptures, saints, and the initiated spiritual master. This is still more explicitly explained in the next shloka. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
No, Mataji, some problem in the background. Yeah.
Personal superintendence.
No, no,
Personal
some, wait a minute,
superintendence of this
wait a minute,
illusionary
wait a
energy is
minute.
confirmed in the Vedas, the Kena
No, 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 no,
Upanishad,
no.
in relation to the
Ayyo,
demigods.
some background sound is coming.
Demigods. I think I'm not able to see the first line, Prabhuji.
Something is there. It's not coming clear, no?
Personally,
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji,
the king
some
puts the
background noise
disobedient
is there.
citizens with the
Not
walls
clear,
of the
Prabhuji.
jail, but
Background,
sometimes
as if
the
there is
king,
another class
desiring,
going on in the
Cannot
background.
yes,
understand
yes,
what she's reading.
hearing even.
personal superintendence of the illusionary
I think
energy is
Suprita
confirmed
No,
in
no,
the
it
Shloka
is
of
looking
Kena
as
Upanishad
somebody's
in
echo
relation
is
to
coming, no? Echo.
demigod's controlling power.
Yes,
Herein
yes,
also,
Yes,
it is
Prabhuji.
clearly
Yes,
She is
stated
Prabhuji.
not
that
able
the
to
living
hear.
entity is controlled by the external energy in a personal capacity. The living being, thus subject to the control of the external energy, is
I
differently
think Mataji
situated.
is not able
It
to
is
hear
clear,
us.
however,
Speak,
from the
Mataji.
present statement of Bhagavatam that the same external energy is situated in the inferior position before the personality of Godhead or the perfect being. The perfect being or the Lord cannot be approached even by the illusionary energy who can work only. Therefore, it is sheer imagination that the
No, no.
You may stop sharing, Prabhuji, because she will stop reading. She's unable to hear you.
Somewhere the problem is there. There is a problem, no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Stop
Prabhuji.
sharing, no, she will stop reading. So she'll understand this problem.
I
No,
was muted in between, Prabhuji.
no, I did it because there are too
Okay,
much
Prabhuji.
noise coming.
Okay,
Looks
Prabhuji.
like two
Okay, I'll
people
mute
are
myself.
speaking or something.
Oh,
Somebody
yes,
else
yes,
can fin-
yes.
somebody can finish the last paragraph.
Clearly,
Any?
Prabhuji.
प्रभु कहाँ से?
शुरू करो, कोई भी शुरू करो.
Personal
Personal.
Personal
personal superintendence
superintendence
of
of
the illusionary energy is confirmed in the Vedas, the Kena Upanishad, in relation to the demigod's controlling power. Herein also it is clearly stated that the living entity is controlled by the external energy in a personal capacity. The living being thus subject to the control of the external energy is differently situated. It is clear, however, from the present statement of the Bhagavatam that the same external energy is situated in the inferior position before the personality of Godhead or the perfect being. The perfect being or the Lord cannot be approached even by the illusionary energy, who can only work on the living entities. Therefore, it is sheer imagination that the Supreme Lord is illusioned by the illusionary energy and thus becomes a living being. If the living being and the Lord were in the same category, then it would have been quite possible for Vyasadeva to see it, and there would have been no question of material distress on the part of illusion being. For the Supreme Being is fully congruent, so there are so many unscrupulous imaginations on the part of the monist to endeavor to put both the Lord and the living being in the same category. Had the Lord and living being been the same, then Srila Sukdev Goswami would not have taken the trouble to describe the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, for they would all be manifestations of the illusionary energy. Srimad Bhagavatam is the summum bonum remedy for suffering humanity in the clutches of Maya. Srila Vyasadeva therefore first of all diagnosed the actual disease of the conditioned soul, that is, their being illusioned by the external energy. He also saw the perfect supreme being from whom the illusionary energy is far removed. Though he saw both the disease conditioned soul and also the cause of disease, and the remedial measures are suggested in the next verse. Both the Supreme Personality of God and the living beings are undoubtedly, qualitatively one, but the Lord is the controller of the illusionary energy, whereas the living entity is controlled by the illusionary energy. Thus, the Lord and the living beings are simultaneously one and different. Another point is distinct herein that eternal relation between the Lord and the living being is transcendental. Otherwise, the Lord would not have taken the trouble to reclaim the conditioned soul from the clutches of Maya. In the same way, the living entity is also required to revive his natural love and affection for the Lord, and that is the highest perfection of the living entity. Srimad Bhagavatam treats the conditioned soul with an aim to that goal of life. Hare Krishna.
So many beautiful points. Prabhupada says the relationship of the Lord to the living entity is eternal. How beautiful it is. A relationship is eternal. So it is an eternal relationship. Even though we behave in the way we are behaving in the material world, but Krishna does not forget. It's an eternal relation. He's thinking what can be done, how we can bring the living entity back to his original situation, because it's an eternal relation which cannot be broken by anything. That's the beauty of the whole thing. It's the eternal. What is it? It's the eternal. Bhakti yogena manasi. So Vedavyasa has come to the platform, and then Vidwan Chakre Satvata Samhita. He says the next shloka, the people do not know why they are suffering in the material world, and therefore to enlighten them, Vedavyasa writes the supreme literature. That is Bhagavata Chakre Satvata from Bhagavata Samhita. He gives the Bhagavatam for the world because of the need, seeing the people suffering. He understands the people do not know that unnecessarily they are suffering. There is no need to suffer. There is no need for us to come to the material world, but we came. Correct? And there was something. Anyway, Prabhupada spent a lot of time in the purport to say that the God doesn't come under Maya. Many people have this picture that we are also God, and our suffering, that is our Maya. So Prabhupada used to laugh at that. He said, I'll give you a kick on your face. What kind of Maya, what kind of philosophy is this? Many people say that. I am suffering, that is my Leela. What is this, your Leela? Who wants to suffer? And they have made this a philosophy, that we are God only. Then if you are God, why you are suffering? It's a very nice argument. Correct? But they have no answer for it. But somehow goes on. And Prabhupada says that the Lord does not desire that the living entity he's not happy. But what can be done? Just like Prabhupada says, sometimes some children become drug addict, the parents put them for some treatment. So similarly, a king puts citizens for some treatment. So sometimes it does happen, because Krishna is not sentimental. Sometimes some painful suffering may be needed for some experience for us to surrender to him. So Krishna is not sentimental. Okay, go through that. What can be done? But personally, he doesn't wish that. He is not happy. The more we go into Maya, Krishna is not. This is the last shloka. Anartha upasamam shakshat. Bhakti yoga madokshade. Just by taking the bhakti yoga, all the anarthas will be destroyed. Lokas ajanato. People do not know. People do not know this. That just if I take bhakti yoga, all my anarthas will be destroyed. Lokas ajanato vibhams. People do not know. Chakre sato samhita. Therefore, Vedavyasa starts the Satvasa. Material miseries of the living entity which are superfluous to him can be directly mitigated by the linking process of devotional service. Okay? All the material miseries can be removed. But the mass of people do not know this. They don't know this. And therefore, the learned Vyasa compiled this Vedic literature, okay? Which is relation to Supreme. So people do not know that all my suffering will be over if I surrender to Krishna. People do not know that. And therefore, Vedavyasa compiles the Vedic literature. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Pranam
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Prabhuji Dandavat Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So today we have purchased our tickets from the temple. Those who want, please purchase your tickets because it will go. Then you will be on waiting list, tatkal, your own problems. Okay? Unnecessarily. Just like Vedavyasa is saying, unnecessarily if people want to suffer, unnecessarily you want to do suffering, you do. Otherwise book tickets now. Lokas ajanata. There is no need to come to the material world. But we come here and we are suffering. Similarly, we don't buy tickets on time. You can always cancel tickets. You lose only 100 rupees. But you don't get tickets later. Okay? So don't unnecessarily suffer. Buy your tickets on time. Hare Krishna. Yes, Krishna Shetty. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So we have to, I decide to surrender unto Lord Shri Krishna. I decide at this moment.
Very good.
As time passes, moment by moment, so, I have a situation in my life, circumstance in my life. I try to take control of that. So I get lost in that. I try to take control in that, and also I get some desires also. So how do I maintain this strong
You
decision
have to
surrender?
see, you have to stay. Therefore, association is needed. Okay, you can improve your sadhana as much as possible. Okay, you're reading Bhagavad Gita in association of devotees. You can even read Bhagavatam personally when you're free, whole day when you are, and you can keep sinful activities. All the people who do sinful activities keep little distance. So you can do all those things possible, correct? But at the end of the day, Krishna has to sanction. You can try, okay? And good association. Okay. Why do? That's why I'm requesting every time. You are from this area only, no? Mangalore only, Shetty, correct? I think last time you came to meet me, correct? Anna? So sometimes we have holidays. You come, say I will do some service. You come, make some garlands for the Lord. You know, clean something. In the beginning, when you do some humble service, you feel very happy staying in, and you can even stay for a few days. You have to stay. I don't know your house is there, but still, you can sometimes stay also in the temple. You feel very happy. We cannot fight with Maya alone. Not possible. It's in company and association. And also by the result, just like every month, you save 100, 200, 300 rupees, something you say, buy one Gita. And one close friend, you give him, I will give you some very nice gift. It changed my life. Correct? What do you say? And imagine one friend of yours becomes a devotee, how much you will feel happy. And he will thank you for million times. Million times he will thank you. When I was working in Infosys, I was thinking, what am I doing here? There is no shortage of people. Even people are joined, we are so proud, we are from big college and all that. Some Bangalore, some students are joined from MCA. They were working day and night to prove themselves, day and night. I saw why I have to compete with them. Whether I go to temple, there is nobody doing work there. Nobody was there. There was some Krishna contest, something temple was trying to organize. There were no people only. It was so difficult. And here it is, people are there. So I thought, why not? So always some time we can give for propagating Krishna consciousness, and we will feel very happy in that way. Okay?
Prabhuji, sure,
Okay?
Prabhuji.
Some challenge you should have. Some challenge which is very difficult. Okay? Okay, in this new year that is starting, I will convince 108 people to chant one round of Hare Krishna mantra. I will do that much. Okay? Because more than that in the local community here you cannot even think of. They will not give up fish there. At least they start this life, they can chant one mala of Hare Krishna mantra. This much they can do. That I will try at least. And then you will see the people will change. So many things happen. Yes, Puja Vrinda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji, see, we have surrendered to Lord Krishna long back, but still there are so many tests and so many exams given by the Lord. In material wise, we get so many tests. So, suppose sometimes it becomes very difficult to concentrate fully also, but surrender to Lord already. So, I think many tests and exams come in the way.
Yes. Krishna gives it. All the tests and exams are actually only to enhance our surrender. They are meant for that. Everything is meant to enhance our surrender. Okay? They are not negative, they are positive. But we cannot see them. So why Krishna is troubling me like this? I want to completely surrender. No. Everything is under his control. It is, see, just like when I put my hand like this, you had this. Sometimes this nowadays very popular physiotherapy, correct? They do like this after you are plastered because all the muscles have become weak. So in the same way, we have not exercised actually Krishna. Maya is presented, Krishna. So when every time I am choosing Krishna, my muscles are becoming stronger. And every time I am becoming irresponsible, my muscles are becoming weaker. We are not choosing Krishna. Suppose your hand you don't move for a long time, what will happen? Then the muscles become very weak. So we have not served Krishna for millions and trillions of years. Suddenly say, I want to serve Krishna. So Krishna says, okay, are you interested? Now I'll help you exercise. So actually what we are doing is we are doing physiotherapy only. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. You do, your muscles you will get the same strength then. Okay, you don't exercise. Then same way, Krishna gives the mental exercise for you, spiritual exercise for you. At a mental level, spiritual level, you choose Krishna. Yes, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna will keep testing you. And finally, Haridas Thakur test will also come one day. And he said, no Krishna, no Krishna. Maya Devi will come, no Krishna. So very nice, very nice. But if that test comes now, you will fail. So Krishna will not give you a test more than your capacity. He is giving you a test always. The exam is never more than your capacity. Exam is always within your capacity. Krishna gives you a test and you pass it. Okay? Kevala Ananda Kanda. Then you will see everything is resonating. Because Krishna wants you to take you back to the spiritual world. So everything happening is so it is the same plan of the Lord. Then every moment is ecstasy. You know the Leela of the Lord going on for you. Krishna is for every person. Krishna has elaborate plans ready. But provided we are sleeping, then Krishna doesn't have to waste his time. Correct? We are actually interested, then Krishna is enjoying, enhancing your surrender movement. He'll give you one more. Can you handle this? So imagine for millions and trillions of people, just like the karma is perfect, similarly the spiritual training is also perfect for every living entity. Correct? We know this, the karma is perfect. है ना? वो 9/11 में किसी का कोई साबुन खरीदने गया था, वहाँ हर दिन जाता था, उधर मरना था, लेकिन उसका टाइम नहीं था, वो साबुन खरीदने गया, बिल्डिंग गिर गया. ठीक है? सो परफेक्ट कर्मा इज अरेंज्ड. ट्रेन में बस का एक्सीडेंट होता है, 2 लोग मरते हैं, 2 का पीठ में चोट लगता है, एक परफेक्ट. Just like karma is perfect, similarly Krishna's plan for every living entity to advance spiritually, whatever happens is perfect. No mistakes in that. Okay? So then you see there is a complete resonance. Because we have something, we want to settle down in this world. Krishna wants to take to the spiritual world, so there is a conflict. We say, Krishna, what are you doing? What is your plan? What is this plan you are having today? What do the lesson I take from this situation you created? This was my very good friend, today is shouting at me. What lesson it is? You want me detached from this world? You want to tell me that I should not have ahankara? what is your plan, Krishna? And introspective. Every moment is some lesson going on, some training going on. So he just meditates in that way. Easy to say, I know, but difficult to realize. Then you always feel Krishna is so kind, Krishna is... You feel the love, of the Krishna. You feel he's so kind, he's so affectionate. Yeah, you'll feel every moment he's taking care. Okay? Chalo. Yes, Rama Devi.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hello, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hello, audible Prabhuji. Prabhuji, our goal is to spread Krishna consciousness for everyone. Prabhuji, we have one God for everyone.
Yeah, our goal is to spread Krishna consciousness. Okay, next line.
Recently, we heard that in Bangladesh, they have beaten until death and they burnt him alive. As he said the same with them. When did this religious started? Separation has been started, Prabhuji, because one God for everyone. When does this Christian and Muslims has started, Prabhuji? Because in my home also I have one co-sister that they say our God is great, and Muslims say that our God is great. Why this separation, Prabhuji?
Why? This is a Desha Kala Patra they were given. They were given at a different time, different situation, different levels of audience. And always the religion without philosophy becomes fanatism. Correct? Today, not only for Muslim, Christian, even Hindus don't have any philosophy. They have no understanding. Correct?
Yes,
No, it is. These kind of things are, see, it was done publicly, but it is happening at home also. Wives murder the husband. How many times it is happening? Correct? They murder the husband and put him in a, in a drum. 2 times it happened. They put him in a drum. They cut to pieces. It's happening. See, basically the point is, religion is just an excuse. The people are in tamoguna. Those people are actually in tamoguna. Religion is just an excuse. Tamasic people only behave like that. Just like these people behave like Yamudutas that time, as if the Yamudutas do that. Yamudutas is going to do that. For the people who are all involved, the punishment is horrible. If the government doesn't punish them, the punishment of Yamudu, it is good that government gives the death penalty to the people who did. They don't do that, whatever, 500,000 people are around at that time. If the government doesn't do that, the Yamudutas are ready. And it is terrible. It's very terrible. But they have created karma. And the person who died, he suffered his karma. Correct? There is nothing, lamentable in God's kingdom. The person who died suffered his karma. The people who involved in it, now they are going to get the karma. And the government's duty to punish. Otherwise, government will also punish for not doing the duty, and those people will also be punished. All Yamudutas are waiting with a very horrible arrangement. But it doesn't mean fatalistic. We should do what we can do. What we can do, we should do. Okay? But what we cannot do, what is that? So therefore we propagate Krishna consciousness as a cool head. We are not in the position, we are not the government today. We have taken the role of a sadhu, we don't lift weapons. So our business is that we keep preaching Krishna consciousness. We see that these are all behavior of tamasic people. Tamasic. And we seeing not only that,
I tried to say about our religious, about the Krishna, they are not ready to listen that this our God is great.
No, that's it, don't worry, that's all silly things. Religion without philosophy, they talk all the nonsense. Now, let us see, basically the point is that people have gone to tamoguna and they behave in nasty ways. Originally the souls are pure. Even the souls who did murder, they are also pure servants of Krishna, Gopas, Gopis, some servants of Krishna. Imagine by Maya they become so crazy and doing so horrible sin, and now they are going to suffer unnecessarily. There was no need for that. Unnecessarily. What is the need? He could have been put in the prison. What is the need to do of the public? Because they have gone tamoguna. Tamoguna means, tamasic people mean destruction. Tamoguna means destruction. Crazy. And they lose the goodwill.
Activity that Muslims and Christians will do, Prabhuji?
No, don't say the Hindus are not doing. Why did Krishna sanction for around 800 years so much slaughtering? Because people are doing sinful activity in the country. Everybody is doing. All are sinful. Let us not go by religion. We go by the philosophy, the science. Tamoguna, Rajoguna, Sattoguna. This is definitely a tamasic activity. And when we see somebody becoming so crazy, you should think, I can also do that craziness. I am not so very special person. Let me therefore, it happened in Delhi, the same way the Sikhs were burned. I was in Delhi that time. They were burning the trucks and throwing people on the trucks, whole families. It happened in Delhi. Thousands of people died. You all know that, no? Correct? Who was doing that? Who was doing that? Muslims were doing, Christians. No, people who are tamasic, they do such activity. See what happens when irritation is there, when disturbance is there, different people behave differently. When a disturbance comes and somebody wants to kill, that is tamasic fellow. Rasic person will abuse. Sattvic person, yaar, chodo, ye sab kya hai? And Krishna Bhakta will totally ignore. So sometimes we may be calling ourselves devotees, but just because we are devotees, we are not in Sattva-guna, we are not in Krishna consciousness. We are practicing devotion service. Just like I told you, on the first day in medical college, they wear the white dress, as if they are doctors. You have seen them? First day they will be white dress, as if they don't know anything now. They don't even have degree, forget about any experience. So similarly, we are wearing the dress. You are wearing the dress, but becoming devotee is a very big thing. When you become devotee, we will not behave like that, but we should know that if somebody got degraded, not even one person stopped it, if the people got degraded to that level, and I can also do similar foolish activity. Let me be careful. Let me protect myself, take care of myself. In the world, in Bhagavad Gita it is said, Ashochana anavashochastam. We should not lament for what is not worthy. Pragyavadam sabhasase. We are speaking like an agatasuna agatasunacha. Somebody who is any condition of who has gone or is still in the world and is suffering. Nanu shochandi pandita. So we should not get disturbed by all this. This is going on. Material world means, what do you think? Inside the jail you think civilized people will be there. Inside the jail a lot of criminal, drug addicts, blah, 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 blah. Varieties of people are there. Okay? Okay, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी टेम्पल से कितने भक्त आ रहे हैं? माता जी कितनी है?
क्यों भाई? आज मेरे को पेरेंट्स ने बोला था उनका AC 2 टायर का बुक कर देना, उनका कर दिया मैंने बुक. ठीक है, अपना भी कर दिया उनके साथ.
हाँ? 2, 3, 4 कितनी है? कितनी माताएं हैं?
नहीं, मैं उनका बुक करके आया. बाकी लोग कर रहे हैं अपना बुक. मैं तो उनका बुक करके आया, पेरेंट्स का, और मेरे मामा मामी आ रहे हैं और अपना 5 का मैं बुक करके आया क्लास में. ठीक है, सब लोग कर रहे हैं अपना बुक. ठीक है, लेकिन कुछ मंदिर में आने क्या है, कुछ लोगों को मंदिर में भी रहना पड़ता है ना. अभी तो इतना बड़ा सेवा मंदिर भी तो चलाना है ना.
हाँ जी. हाँ जी, ठीक है.
हरे कृष्णा.
हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा. थैंक यू प्रभु जी.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा